Hello, it's my daily check-in of the crazy mad woman that's talking to you with absolutely making no sense to any of you all, but I'm alive. I decided yesterday not to go to the D&D. Things felt weird and I just didn't feel like going out there and taking that chance of being out after dark. And so I stayed in, ate some dinner. Friend came over and watched a little bit of TV, so I wasn't alone. Yeah. And then I found out after they left, my friend left, that if I had gone, I would have just come right back home. The person who was our leader for our table of newbies stayed home ill. So if I had gone, I would have gotten all the way there and then had to turn around and come all the way back. Which does not sound like fun to me. Definitely would not have been fun for Millie. But anyway, changed over my sourdough jar today. They get dirty and you have to clean and sanitize them. And so that's what I did. And hot, scalding water later. I loosened all the junk that was on it and just flour and water. And it's fermenting. So, but it's not. It looks worse than it is my point. So, but clean jars still are required. So periodically I always wash them out. So, Betty, which is the name of my starter, since people do name their starters, Betty, after Betty White, and Betty from, I can't think of the show. I'll think of it later. There's a little dog named Betty in one of the shows that's out right now, and I absolutely love that little chihuahua. It is so cute, and it has helped her owner so much. And so when I got my starter, I named her Betty. So she is Betty after a dog and Betty after Betty White. Anyway, not that any of you asked why I named her Betty, but there's your answer. I have not been moving. I have not been doing anything at all. And today, I am okay with not doing anything. I took my pills. I ate my meals. I've done what I'm supposed to do for the day. Nothing was required. No paperwork or doctor's appointments or whatever. So I took a day and I didn't do a dang thing. Tomorrow is laundry day. So tomorrow, before the weekend, laundry will get done. Sunday I'm fixing chicken and rice because chicken and rice is delicious. It's one of those old casseroles, from the 80s, where it's cream of mushroom soup and cream of celery soup and cream of chicken soup. And so it's very creamy, but there's also rice and chicken and numminess. Oh, so good. Anyway, I have learned that recipe. It came out of a old church recipe book that my mom has, and she used to fix it for my brother and I when we were little. And it's always stuck with me as one of my favorite memories and one of my favorite recipes. So the last time actually that I was living with mom and dad, I said, "Do you remember this recipe?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's in one of those books up there." So I went and actually found the cookbook, um, and wrote it down, and it's now in my recipes. So it's one of my favorites, and it's enough food that it'll last me a full week. Um, the fajitas are good, but they only have lasted me 3 days, which is not enough to get me through the week. So I've got to come up with more sustainable meals like the chicken and rice. Fajitas are good, but I would have to have them as my lunch meals. I'd have to portion them out as a lunch meal, not as a dinner meal. My dinner meals are generally a little bit bigger because I'm going into sleeping all night. Um, and so, again, not that any of you ask, but this is the things that I think about, and these are the things going through my head. So, as a crazy woman, you all get to you all get to participate in my looniness. I could show you guys one day how I portion out my food so you could see exactly what I'm doing. But I think every adult has pretty much portioned out their own food at one time or another. So I don't know why you'd want to see that, but it, it's an option. It's an option. Um, anyway, I'm sitting here watching poker on TV. I want to become a dealer so bad. This is one of, as someone who gets overstimulated very easily, it could either be one of two things. One, absolutely horrible idea. Going where there's going to be bells, whistles, people screaming, upset attitudes, happy attitudes, whatever. I think my main concern would be the bells and whistles from the slot machines. I don't know that I can handle that. I can handle the one-on-one. I mean, if I were to be able to play, or not play, I'm sorry, if I were able to deal at like a card room where there's not the bells and whistles and all of that, oh my gosh, I would be the happiest little thing. Um, Never know though. You learn to deal poker and sit in the poker room, I guess. But anyway, not a job that I could take Millie to, which is kind of a hard thing, but could also be a really good fit for me if I'm able to tune out all that background noise. I could use that tool of being able to do that in the rest of my life, where, like the Dungeons and Dragons, there's no bells and things going off in the background, but there's a large group of people. And so you've got everybody talking, which is fine. Everybody has to communicate. But for me, it's completely overstimulating to the point where I sat there very quietly. Which, if any of you know me, I'm not generally that quiet. Once you get to know me, I'm outgoing and spoken, and some would say obnoxious. I, mm. So I just remembered what someone said. This is completely off topic of what I was just talking about, but it would be a good fit. Maybe, I'm hoping. What just came into my mind was I was in the honor society at college. I had a guy, one of my classmates, one of my honor society mates, came up and told me, here I'm volunteering and doing something. And he came up to me and told me that I was the most negative person he's ever met. At that time, I was a completely broken person. And I'm going to call him John. John was never kind to me. He made it known from the first moment he walked into that meeting and onto the board that he did not like me. And I just sucked it up and dealt with it. But periodically, John still comes into my mind because of what he said. And I would hope And I think now I'm a much different person than I was then. I hope I am. I don't feel as broken. I feel like I'm working on things. I feel like I'm getting to be a happier and healthier me. John may not agree, but John was a bitter man, so what can I say? But it's statements like what John said that go in a loop in my mind. You know, John made a comment, God, 15 years ago? No? 17 years ago? 18 years ago? And it still is in my brain. Someone once told me, no man will ever love a fat woman. That goes on in my head. Another person told me, you have no value and you are a leech on society. And people wonder why I am suicidal. These thoughts are constantly going through my head on a loop. And I have worked, I have tried. I'm still trying, let's be honest. Not easy. Life isn't easy. And people say, well, you just don't think about it. You just don't think about it. I don't have that benefit. My thoughts just go around on a loop. Here's a very unpopular take. Marijuana quiets my mind. I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, I am of the quietness. Don't get me wrong on that one. I mean the feeling from the marijuana, the THC part of it. But unfortunately, the THC is the thing that is actually quieting my mind. I've found, and again, you may not like this, and I'm sorry if you don't, but I am in a state where it's legal, and I have been using marijuana at night to help me sleep because it shuts my freaking brain up. It allows my brain to finally just go silent. Now, I mix it with a sleeping pill, and if I still can't go to sleep, then I take melatonin, but I kind of mix things so that I can get a concoction that works enough to put me to sleep. So, and it works for me. But I know some people don't like the fact that I use marijuana to sleep. I can't smoke in my apartment, can't smoke on the property, have to go out to the street to smoke because this is a smoke-free apartment complex. So, oh, and I know this is a long one. I didn't think I had much to say, and now I'm just like babbling on. We could get snow next week. Not like sticking snow, but like it's going to be like 35 and raining at night. So there could be snow mixed into the rain. I'm excited. As someone who's been in Arizona for a while, and the last time I saw snow, I was stranded up on a mountain and I couldn't get out. And that was horrible. Absolutely horrible and horrifying. And if it were not for my neighbors, my mom and dad's neighbors, I should say, I was so close to going out of my mind. so close to going out of my mind. It was bad. But I would like to see white stuff fall. It's not going to stick. And even if it did stick, I ain't got anywhere to go. And I've got enough food for the end of this month, till the end of this month. And it ain't going to stick around that long. So it would be fun to see it. Anyway, I have babbled long enough. I love you all. I hope you all have a great day, a blessed day. God bless you. Please make sure I'm going to sell out here like I do every single time. Make sure you subscribe and comment and do all the things. Share and all of that. Hit the little arrow that has a little swoopy thing next to it. That's how you share. Did you know that? Yeah, it's like over here somewhere. Or maybe it's over here. I don't know. Anyway, I love you all. Please have a blessed evening and make sure you eat something really good and healthy. And I will see you all next time.